Hello survivors and welcome to another video. We're back on Nordic Ashes because, as you know, the weekly update has hit and we are on version 0.8.2.2 and a couple of updates were introduced in this. It was a UR update as well as consumable update with a couple of fixes and a little bit of an update to Hafgrim, which is still going to be improved. So we got a credits introduced to the settings menu. You can go take a look at that. It's just the developers team, acknowledgement for a couple of players, and translations. Then they have changed the look of Sindri's axe. So our axe is now green instead of blue. I think they should have maybe changed the enemy's axe to red rather, instead of keeping it blue, but you know, that's my 2 cents over there. Then they have added the 250 leaf part of the tree onto Yggdrasil now. So what, tier 6 onto the tree. We've got 99 plus gold, so you may now gather more than 99 gold. The current cap is now 250 as far as I have tested. We've got an extra shrine, so you can have 4 ascensions total now, an ascension shrine. We've got something called Limit Break, which I will be demonstrating in today's video. And then we've got Death Breach, which makes us come back to life after we have died once. So really cool. Leaf limit is now 275. So we still need to farm more seeds to get up to that limit and then perfect actually from there. Anyway, we are going to be playing Hafgrim. He did get a little bit of a change and we're going to be showing you some Rag 5 update with him. Again, we still got to check that there is no auto heal. Personal preference, I just don't like it. They did change his ulti, so it still does the same thing. It's still Void Crusade, still creates that orb, but now it is around you, sort of like Axeldor's Whirlwind, and it moves with you. It doesn't move on its own. So that is really, really cool. Now, as you can see, normally you only have 2 stats when you are leveling up. But because we have Limit Break in the tree now, which costs a lot of points I might add, we get 3 stats per upgrade as opposed to 2. It isn't always guaranteed, and there are chances that you are going to roll legendaries like that one over there. And we, that's a 5% chance to roll a legendary roll over here. And that would have been cool if it was on damage, but we're going to take it anyway. And we're just going to keep going. We got more damage there. And we got a legendary duration roll as well on our next levels. So we have quite a lot of projectiles on our Ice Codex, which is really, really cool. Glacial Codex is its name. And that's really, really fantastic. And it makes it a lot easier for us in the beginning of the game. So this is just one of the new upgrades to the Yggdrasil tree. Obviously you can go for the gold. We'll show you the gold tomorrow with a video with Talkor, and we'll try and see if we can get a mirror during that video as well, so that I can show you that even though the gold limit is 250, if you use it with the mirror you can get up to 500 gold. And then everything just becomes bonkers, especially if you play with like area of effect. I haven't tried with the cooldown or with something like our attack speed or projectile speed. That could also be pretty bonkers, but we have tried it with area of effect and it does become quite insane. I must definitely try it with the cooldown for you guys, because we could maybe get his ultimate to be every 10 seconds or something. That could be quite funny. Alright, so we are just going to do our usual build with Hafgrim. So we are going to be looking at getting our Glacial Codex all the way. We want damage to be the big number there. Perfect. More projectiles means more damage. And then we've got our final option being damage, projectiles, and duration. So those are 3 extremely good, upgrade options. Even area of effect is really good. The nice thing about duration is it does keep your final, over here, our RC Sparks up and running for longer. So they'll be on the floor longer, which means you'll be hurting enemies for longer as well. So duration helps with Icy Sparks, which is the way that we go on Hafgrim, and we obviously get that as a nice little change over there. So let's see what else we can get and go from there. But definitely a new way to build them, definitely a new tree. We do have to get more seeds before we can say, oh, this is the definite way to build someone, because we still have about 25 seeds, leaves that we can obtain from the actual game. Now, some other things that have changed. One, there's a new potion in the game. It is a red potion that looks very similar to this, but a little bit more narrower. It is a full heal, pretty much. There's this over here, which looks like a fruit hanging on a keyring. This is a fireball. So we push it, it shoots fireballs in all directions that obviously deal damage to enemies around us. So we do have more consumables to find. There are new card consumables. Those consumables cause the debuff, not the debuff, the gosh, brain work. They either cause poison, burn, or electric damage, or paralysis in this case, and that obviously corresponds with the color of the card as well. So you will see, or you might not see, depending on our luck, you will either see a green, red, or a blue, or green, red, blue, or yellow card, and those cards will obviously use the corresponding element based on that, or debuff based on their color. So obviously yellow will be paralyzed. Then we've got the others, the green poison, red is burn, and your blue will be to chill or freeze the enemies. So cool that they've added those, but I don't know, not sure where that actually came from. I don't think anyone suggested such a thing, but it's really, really cool that the devs have thought about adding new consumables that might help us with other damages. They have added new UI features to the end screen as well. So if we either die or get to the end, we will have a look at that as well. So let's hope we don't die and we do finish this level, obviously, because we want lots of seeds. We still got the knockback potion over there, as you can see, still does the exact same thing, knocks back enemies. We did see a mirror on one of the shrines, which is very, very good for us, because, you know, we like mirror, it means we get more gold. We're gonna try get to 99 gold. We could use it now, but we might use it for the second shop. It might be better, although we'll probably get 99 gold then as well, so we might not need it unless we pick up a greed. There's no real point in picking up the mirror, although it does help us get to 200 gold, which means that our first shop will have a lot more in it. So maybe it's actually a good idea to pick it up once we get to 99 gold. Just backtrack, you know, forget that I said that we shouldn't get it. We should get it. What we shouldn't get is chests, because they add a lot of time onto your game. Not that I'm trying to get any leaderboard times, but you know, it's definitely helpful to get a fast time. So we are going to go for the usual Thunder Codex now. If you do decide to go for maybe the purple tree and spend the points on the Ascension Shrine to get 4 Ascensions, it might actually be worth trying to do something with Hafgrim's Fire Codex, because you will be able to obviously double ascend that, and then double ascend like the Lightning Codex or the Staff still, or anything else. So could be very, very strong, especially on Hafgrim, because he needs so much with regards to different types of ascensions to work very well. Now currently there is a bug in the game, which will probably be patched out later today. The artifacts that you pick up for some reason are a bit buggy in terms of their visual effects. So if I had to pick up a magnet ring, it would still work, but it wouldn't look like the magnet ring, because for some reason when you do use some of them, it bugs it out and it doesn't show you which artifact you actually have. So you do have to kind of remember, oh, I just picked up the magnet ring, and then when you use it, it will or should work correctly, just the visual doesn't look correct. Okay, we got 99 gold. So here's a good example. There we go. We picked it up, and as you can see, it's still showing the heart visual. If I use it, it does work with the actual fireball. And now again, it looks like we have the heart visual, but we in fact have the knockback. So just something to keep an eye on and remind yourself of as well. Alright, we're actually going to pick up the mirror over here. Hopefully we can get it in time because, you know, we did wait till the very end, which was a bit silly. And we've also got the boss fights happening now. We are going to go Thunder Orb. Projectiles are great. You can't re-roll Thunder Codex for the first 2 levels. It never allows you to because you only get 2 stats. And in this case, we didn't proc the Limit Break, so it didn't show us 3 stats over there. So we got an epic option for bounce, which is actually really good here. We got another one, which is really good. And we're getting some decent amounts of projectiles as well. So this is going to be a really strong Thunder Codex that we are going to be using this run. So those rolls were really good, very strong for Hafgrim. And having those early bounces does help with the damage as well. So oops, we nearly weren't able to move there. And we've just got 10 more seconds for the mirror, just to kind of stay away from the boss so we don't kill him. 2, 1, and it broke right at the time that he died, so that is fantastic. We got ourselves a Brock's Bazooka, that's awesome, a Magic Mushroom, and now we're gonna just spend a lot on everything. So I did see that we had one of the cards in the shop there, but we didn't really grab it. There's Sindri's axe with a change in its color like we had before. I still haven't seen the updated. There's one of the new rings. It's a heart ring, so that gives us all the potions on the floor. Then there it is over there. This one gives us freeze. So there is no glossary for them, unfortunately, but that card will cause us to freeze the enemies and things like that. So there's poison, and we're gonna do we can't really afford if I get reset. No, I'm not gonna do it. If I get reset on that, it would have upset me because we would have had no money for it. Okay, we need damage over there. Yeah, that's perfect. How many bounces? We got 2 bounces. That's perfect as well. So we damage cooldown and projectiles, which by the way is a 5% chance to get one of these legendaries. So getting it over here is actually really lucky and really good for us. So now we just need the 5 points, and then we can do Brock's Bazooka as well as the other things to increase the other traits in his tree to increase our damage and things like that. So we did actually get a really good store there. We got Infernal Codex, we got the black beads or blue bead, purple beads, whatever color they are. And we also got quite a few fire relics. We picked up a Brock's Bazooka. We picked up quite a lot of health relics. So we actually had a really good shop there. We did use 200 gold. So thank goodness we landed up getting the mirror on that relic shrine. Really useful for us in that time of the game. So RNG again playing heavily into us, making it so we look like we are playing the game on a completely different level to everyone else. This is not going to be a very good time, unfortunately. I have spent a lot of time obviously shopping in the shop and doing things like that, so it does affect the time quite heavily, but we're not looking for time. We're looking to show you the differences in the game. So we picked up the freeze. There you go, you can see it sent freeze to some of the enemies on the screen. I feel like they could buff it to where it freezes every enemy on the screen, but that's just a personal thing. Yeah, maybe, I don't know, there's no way to increase the amount that you freeze of enemies or anything like that, so maybe that's something they can look at, maybe bringing up in the tree in the future as well, having consumables hit more enemies or I don't know, be stronger or anything like that. You know, that could just be a decent little upgrade that we could get for it. Alright, we never got an XP fossil or an attraction fossil, and I don't see any XP magnets lying around, which is very unfortunate. We don't have much attraction, so as you can see, we don't pick up as much XP as we usually would, so that is going to hurt us quite a bit with regards to how much XP we do get. So we go there, we're going to ascend Lightning Explosion, and then we're going to work on our Brock's Bazooka. As you can see, it's already got a legendary upgrade there for us in area, which is awesome. We're then also going to go for our Paralyzing Thunder as well as Elemental Affinity, but that all depends on one, how much time we have and XP we gain as well. So here's the Heart Ring again. We don't need it. We probably won't be needing it. I doubt anything is going to come close to even touching us. We are extremely strong because of the Limit Break, and it's definitely the main upgrade now in the tree to go for the end game. There are other options like the new Shrine, which costs 50 leaves to get, and there's also the other option for the gold, which is also 50 leaves. And then the healing one, I don't know if anyone would ever take it. I don't think there's ever a time where you have to be so defensive. So I don't know about it, but it's all player style, and everyone, you know, has their own opinion and way they play the game, and some people like to use the life tree a lot, and there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe when they bring harder content into the game, or even harder, here I am saying like Ragnarok's or Walk in the Park, if they bring even harder content into the game, then you know it's going to be possible that we land up getting to have to use that tree more than what we are currently. So maybe that will be the case further on down the line, but right now we don't really need to dabble too much into the healing tree. So I don't know if you use that tree upgrade, the 50 leaves, on making sure that you don't die. Let me know down in the comments. It is a very interesting one, or interesting choice to go for. I would love to see how you've built your tree that's made you decide to go for that specific upgrade path. Alright, we need more levels. We need our magnet ring. Unfortunately, I don't find them as often as we used to because of all the other new consumables that they've added. I do see a lot of the drops for the fireballs and a lot of the heart rings usually as well since I have been playing. Maybe the XP ring needs to be buffed in sense of drop rate a bit compared to some of the others, because let's be honest, a lot of us only really want to see that XP ring and the gold ring as well, which also looks like it is just as rare as the XP ring because we have not seen one just yet in our gameplay. So I think XP ring and the gold ring are a little bit more rare than the others, the other consumables, and maybe they need to make them less rare so that we can obviously get more further down the line. Alright, we are actually going to use this over now so that we can get rid of all the potions on the map. As you can see, they all disappeared. We didn't actually need any of them, so it kind of just made the, you know, did a little dent in the way over there. So let's go there. Damage. No, we'll keep that. That's fine. And we have one more roll. No. More rolls. There we go. That is a very, very good roll to occur over there. So now we can start going off with this. I do need to, we're not going to go with the side traits. If that's 9 points, we're not going to be spending. I would like to spend 5 points on his ultimate so that we can have a look at what's changed with it and how it works now. I do have to show that as well. It is one of the main changes to Hafgrim, so you know, it would be kind of bad if I don't show us how his ulti has changed. That would be quite funny. We're gonna need 6 level ups though for that. So we're going to do that. That can't go any further until we've beaten Halvard the Destroyer. and we can kind of take our time. There is no real rush to destroy him. This is going to take a long time though. As you can see, we are already on 18 minutes, which is like 4 or 5 minutes slower than you should be when playing on Hafgrim. And that's just, you know, how it is, unfortunately. Let's ascend Brock's Brock's bazooka there. We've got so much gold already as well. So we are going to be looking for... Oh, I should have left the resets, but it's okay. Doesn't really matter too much. Ooh, yeah, there's no real reason to buy anything now, I guess. I'm gonna get resets and be upset. Oh, we're not gonna spend anymore. We can take a heart for XP. Alright, let's get moving. Spent too much time already there. And now at least we've got the fire damage as well from Brock's bazooka, so all the fire relics that we picked up are going to start having an effect. As you can see, they already got fire burning enemies, we've got fire flying everywhere. Perfect. Alright, hopefully we can find a magnet ring and we can get all levels of our ulti up before the final boss, before Ragnar, because we do want to obviously use it and show you the differences in it. Now, it doesn't do as much damage as, let's say, Axeldor's ulti does, but it does work the same way, and it also actually protects you from projectiles and kind of makes enemies move slower in your ulti. So it is quite a strong defensive ulti, which also deals a lot of damage to clear out a lot of mobs. So if you find yourself in a part of the game where there are a lot of enemies surrounding you and you feel like, oh no, you're going to die, you just pop your ulti and you'll see everything just melts away. Doesn't work too well on the elites. For some reason it deals less damage to them. It could be the elites have shared pain and armor or something like that, which makes you deal less damage. So it does depend it does depend on what the elite's role and how much damage you can do from them to them from there. So we will take his ulti now. You can actually roll other upgrades on it, so maybe if we get enough we can, but let's just use it so you guys can see. We'll use it now on these elites. We pop it and we've got the big circle around us that follows us while we are moving. Very helpful against projectiles and very cool to use now. Obviously the game's a bit choppy now. There were minor optimizations added, but unfortunately we currently have a lot of projectiles on the screen because of having poison bombs flying around, poison mushrooms, poison orbs because of relics, fire orbs because of relics, our fire tornadoes because of relics. You know, a lot of the relics are causing quite a lot of damage out there, and it's going to be awesome to show you the end screen as well and what's changed there. It's going to help us show how much burning damage, poison and freeze we actually deal. Well, I don't think freeze is one of the options. It's more burning damage and poison damage, and how much we actually deal those stats to enemies during the actual gameplay. So it will be interesting, considering we didn't actually spec into burning or poison damage, how much we actually deal. So I did this on Thara yesterday, and we actually dealt about 2 million damage, poison damage with her, and that was only with the 15% chance to poison enemies from her actual trait tree. So it really was quite good in terms of that, and it really is helpful. But let's go. We are going to do this a little bit. Having cooldown and area is very good over here, and we can go for cooldown, duration, and the damage over there as well. Legendary damage would have been better, but I'm happy to get a third stat for free, so we're going to keep it as is. Again, we're not really using it per se for damage. We are going to be using it... that must have been a knockback. We're going to be using it for the boss fights between his waves and things like that. So hopefully we can get ourselves 10 points, 3 points just before the boss, so that we have the XP to now get that last little bit going. And we did get it, and we've walked into something, I don't know what. We weren't in a safe place there, but for some reason we still survived. Okay, so it's glitched again. The actual orbs, whatever you want to call them, the artifacts, sorry. As you can see, it's showing that I have artifacts, but I don't have any on me. So, you know, you got to kind of keep that in mind when you are doing this. Oh, well, we've got artifacts when you actually don't. Okay, we're just going to do this because we've already taken so much time. We might as well just, you know, buy a bunch of runes. Why not? And we'll stop there. And we're going to level up the ulti last time. We've got 10 seconds before we can use it. I don't think the timer starts yet while he's loading. Would be nice if it did, because, you know, technically this is part of a phase or something. So it should move, but it doesn't. We've also got Brock's Bazooka, so we have a lot of damage for the boss as well. We'll probably second phase him with the ulti, because yeah, he should phase right about now anyway, so yeah, there we go, he phased. There was no need to waste the ultimate so soon. And he's only got lasers on him. What else does he have? Not sure. Okay, phase should be running out anytime soon. There we go, and we pop the ulti. Ow, we did get hit unfortunately, but that's okay. He should phase again. Hopefully we can kill him without dying, because as you can see we are getting hit. Man, I'm bad sometimes at the game. We've only got 2 lives left. Oh wait, no wait, we picked up the... Oh no, we got a full life still. Never mind. I forgot we picked up the chalice. Anyway, the ulti is back up, so we just gotta pop that. He is in it. He is immune to certain damages, but as you can see, his life is going down and dead. Done and dusted. Easy peasy. His Void Cruiser again, not doing a lot of damage, but there you go. So this is the new end screen UI. It does show you the upgrades you had on them. It does show us our burn damage, the poison damage, and our total damage. Shows you the upgrade you had on each of your relics while you were playing the game. So it shows you what their actual amounts were, which is really cool. And then total damage as well, which is really nice, as well as the burn and the poison damage. So this was the new tree and the new Hafgrim Ulti as well. Let me know what you guys think about it all down in the comments section. And hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.